And the players getting together for a little chat as we're just about ready to get going here. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Our starting lineups to look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Chris Paul.
You know, we focus so much on Chris Paul's offensive abilities, but defensively, he's one of the best point guards in the NBA. Perennially at the top of the list in terms of most steals per game. Very strong for a guy who's maybe not as physically imposing as some of the other guards in the league.
Yeah, he is that. He is deceptively strong and has great anticipation, and if he does pilfer it from you, he knows exactly what to do, whether leading the break for a layup for somebody else or getting to the rim for his own basket. I mean, he can dish or swish. Pick your poison with him.
Looking at the last game for the New York Knicks, it was a win against Toronto, and they pulled off a three-point win in that one. Too close for comfort, but they'll take it.
And a lot of their scoring in that win came from unexpected places, from guys who don't typically get a lot of minutes.
And you know what? Those guys on the bench, they practice every day too, even if they don't play every night. And that night, they were ready. Tell you what, guys, if you had questions about Amari's willingness to play a role on the team, he should have put them all to rest with how he came off the bench for the Knicks. Couldn't have been easy for him, but he handled it well.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play. They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Well, with Amari's dealing with those knee troubles, might forget he was really the one who first made the Knicks a destination.
Yeah, signing there in free agency in 2010. He had a huge season, averaged 25 points a game, and I think really energized that New York fan base. He was kind of the franchise player before Carmelo arrived.
Felton can't get it to go. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to Oklahoma City.
Now, Kevin, I'm all for aggressive defense, but they were over the top in that game and wound up in a lot of foul trouble.
Well, Steve, you and I both know it, Kevin as well. There's a difference between being aggressive and being reckless. Clearly, they were the latter.
Shot clock at 3. Here's the 3. And another 3 from Paul. Paul's got a couple of threes now in the first for Los Angeles. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now the Clippers moving it up. Paul, the ball, and Griffin slams it in.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Yeah, it really does allow your offense to flow better. When you can get out and run and get easy opportunities, then everybody gains confidence. You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
It's stolen by Stoudemire. Back to Smith. Soft touch off the glass. Smith's got 6 points.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Stoudemire drawing the double team and taken away by Paul. Redick with the bucket. He has 5. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
Barnes kicks to Griffin. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. New York trailing. The dish to Felton. Into Stoudemire. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Pass to Paul. Three-pointer. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way. Anthony
dishes to Shumpert. Anthony against Griffin. That's a 2 from Smith. And there's another one for the Knicks.
He has not missed yet. 4 for 4 in this first quarter.
Setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
Well, and they got the better of them that game, I thought, by forcing turnovers. Their defense was terrific, and they were able to get out in transition and get some easy hoops.
Redick with the bucket.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Knicks trail by 4. On the wing, Shumpert. Paul with the steal. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season. The Clippers third.
And, you know, contrary to what we see from other teams, this team really has no interest in playing selfishly. I mean, their assist numbers show what a cohesive unit they are.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Mike Woodson was giving to his team. He implored his guys to exploit the open passing lanes with hard, crisp passes to the paint. He said, if you get an inch of daylight, make that pass. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Stoudemire. Getting in the passing lanes, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers. I mean, you got to do it.
That's a must if you're going to be a good defensive team. Good perimeter defense can cause a lot of headaches and problems for the offense. That's why those defenders are in such high demand.
And New York making a change here. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Let's get a moment here to see some of the numbers for Smith. He's definitely been getting the job done since the All-Star break. He's averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The points have been coming for him at a prodigious rate. And that's exactly what they depend on, his scoring ability and his drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve. Someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability.
And that one's good.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now here's Granger, averaging 8 points a game. Crawford, no luck.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Here's the lob to the hoop. Chandler, the pass to Smith. Hardaway from outside. And again, New York with the triple.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Collison. Barnes has got his first 2 points. New York's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first.
One thing Matt Barnes has no problem doing is playing the role of a scrapper. I mean, he plays with that kind of sandpaper edge to his game. No fear, and that's why his teammates have so much respect for him. It also helps that he can contribute in a variety of ways.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
Here's Crawford, and he banks in the layup.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Here's Prigioni. And Matt Barnes, a fiery defender. He plays the game, it seems, almost all the time with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he embraces the physicality of the game, but I just love the energy and the emotion that Matt Barnes brings to any team that he plays for. That's why, regardless of where he is, he always finds his way into the rotation.
And he's played for a lot of teams.
Yes, he has.
Now Anthony. Darren Collison missing from long range.
And when Melo attacks off the dribble, I think that's when he's really at his best. He's got excellent ball handling skills and footwork for a player of his size. And whether putting the ball in his hands in the pick and rolls or just isoing him in that pinch post area, he is very tough to defend when he gets ahead of steam going.
And the Clippers call time here. And for Carmelo, attacking the rim makes a lot of sense. His three-point shot has been streaky over the years, but he looks like he's at least trying, Steve, to diversify his offense.
Well, I think he needs to attack more often. He can settle for threes. Sometimes he has a tendency to do that, but he's so strong and so quick that I think he's best suited when he really attacks the hole and gets to the foul line.
So for the Knicks, Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Anthony. Bargnani comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Hardaway. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He wants this game played at breakneck pace as much as possible. He was very clear, saying the fast break is going to be our best friend today. He also wants them using a fundamental offensive approach. Specifically, he'd like to see them running the pick and roll as often as they can. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Now Crawford. After the missed three from Bargnani. Stoudemire kicks to Shumpert. Drills it from outside. Shumpert's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The three from Barnes.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Great communication on the alley-oop. And the Knicks lead by 2.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And I like the choice, making the conservative finish, making sure of the 2 points.
That's good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Knicks lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New York.
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, and a key indicator of their activity defensively.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
CP3 at point with Redick there in the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Granger in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Paul.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Here's Shumpert. And the shot no good, a bit short. Deflects the pass. LA has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. The drive by Paul uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got 14.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Granger kicks to Paul over Smith with the putback. It's good on the putback. 6 points for Blake Griffin.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
And there's the call on Felton. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here is Paul. He's got 14. Redick with it for 3. Here's Jordan. That's good. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Well, he's so dangerous on the offensive glass. You know, well, Clark, what's your expression for it? Glass eater?
That's right. You got it, Steve. A go-and-get-it specialist is another way to look at him. He follows every shot, never assumes it's going in.
And with a quick break in the action, let's take a look at some of the stats for Paul. He's averaging 19 points a game, 10 assists, and almost 2.5 steals. The points have been coming for him at a prodigious rate, and that's exactly what they depend on, his scoring ability and his drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve, someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability. You know, CP3 did a lot of things, guys, to change the culture of the Clippers, but one that maybe gets overlooked is how much he encourages and modeled talking on defense with this team. If You don't call out a screen or a rotation on his team, he'll call you out about it.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
They retain possession. The shot by Redick, no good. The Knicks with the lead. Into Smith. And that's collected by Redick. And we've seen the Clippers turn around over the last few years. It doesn't just happen purely with talent, although it helps certainly. But Steve, a lot of it has to do with the change in the team's mindset.
Yeah, you can load up a team with a bunch of scorers and talented players, but if they aren't playing for each other and motivated to have each other's backs, then it does nothing. And I think Paul has done wonders for just the chemistry and the mindset of this Clippers team.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
The Knicks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Well, to this point of the season, guys, they're knocking down about 76% of their free throws.
And the Knicks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You know, guys, Carmelo Anthony last year played pretty much full time at the power forward position, and the results were excellent. I mean, he's got the strength to play inside, and when you look at what he does offensively, it creates a lot of matchup advantages for him and his team.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
That's a 2 from Smith. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Smith's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks. Having you look at Carmelo, do you think, Steve, maybe the success that LeBron had going inside and playing the forward had any influence on Melo playing inside?
I think there's no doubt, Kevin. The league has gone smaller in a lot of ways. A lot of former 3 men are now becoming 4s. The only way to do that, though, is if you have the strength to deal with bigger players, and Melo certainly has that strength.
Goes back up. Nice D from J.J. Redick.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And they go to the intentional foul. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for the Knicks.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here's Barnes, averaging 10 points per contest. Here's Griffin, using his post move to get the 2 points. Griffin's got 10 points.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Chris Paul. Felton with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Shot's good by Anthony.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Hardaway. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now it's an 8-point Knicks lead.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Tipped away. They push it up 4 on 3. There's Collison. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
Wow, and now it's just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Fantastic basketball in the open floor.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
And there's Chandler. That's good on the assist by Anthony. Chandler's got his second basket of the night.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they are lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
That's good. And that's 11 points for Collison.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, I think his team would be ahead.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Let's look at some of the numbers for DeAndre Jordan. He's been really tearing it up on the court since the All-Star break. First in field goal percentage, second in rebounding, and with his aggressive defense around the basket, he's number 2 in the league in blocks.
I don't think we can overlook the fact that he's the top field goal percentage shooter in the league. I mean, lights out. That's really the only way to describe him. He doesn't miss much.
And New York making a change here. Crawford outside. Shoots. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Knicks leading by 4. And he lobs it up. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And with this quick break, we can show you the list of the most explosive shooting guards in the NBA so far. 5th on the list, Jamal Crawford.
Well, night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. If you pick one way to deal with them, they'll just find another way to beat you.
Well, when you look at those numbers, you can tell that among the NBA's perimeter players, Steve, they're as explosive as it gets. It takes a lot of energy expended to defend any of them.
Collison with it, now guarded by Prigioni. Here's Davis. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Davis has got himself on the board with 3 there. 1:10 left in the first half. New York's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Hardaway, no good.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
And he gets it to go.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at San Antonio. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Clippers, a couple spots below.
Well, I think for Los Angeles, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. We'll see if they can continue that momentum.
Anthony with the block, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. The Knicks leading by 3. He only dishes to Carmelo. And he commits the intentional foul. Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. Chandler, the pass to Shumpert. It's stolen by Davis. There's the steal. Shumpert against Barnes. Outside Anthony. That one goes. Count it. Anthony's got 18 points.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Shumpert. And there's another one for the Knicks. And that does it for the first half of play. Knicks out front as they end the period on a 9-0 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, gentlemen, I'm here with Tyson Chandler. And Tyson, what was the difference between the first and second quarter in terms of the adjustments?
Well, we did a better job of getting back in transition. You know, they took a lot of three-point shots and made them, and we were able to slow them down in the second quarter.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time to break down the first half of action. I hope you're having a great Friday night so far. An impressive start for the Knicks. It's been a scintillating open court attack. They hold a major advantage in fast break points. It's been a Carmelo Anthony clinic in this one against the defense of the Clippers. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. On the Clippers side of things, they're managing to hang around. They're crashing the offensive glass with reckless intensity, tremendous hustle. Chris Paul has been amazing. He's up to 14 points and is also sharing the ball, picking up assists as well. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now we return to the action here at the Staples Center in the heart of downtown LA.
Anthony was playing great. He has 18 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, productive day for him from long range.
Now Felton on the court for the Knicks. Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire, they're inside. Felton is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Smith in at the 3 spot.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And Paul gets it to go in.
That's 12 straight points coming off 3-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
The shot by Redick, no good. The Knicks leading by 6.
Well, it was kind of an up and down last few months for J.J. Redick. Traded away by his team of almost 7 years in Orlando, ended up making a pit stop in Milwaukee before bouncing back to the open market. And there was certainly demand for his services. Every team in the league can use a laser shooter.
Well, once a shooter, always a shooter. J.J. Redick, one of the great marksmen of all time at Duke in the college game. And it's kept on rolling here in the NBA. He's got deep range on his 3. Can spot up and shoot from anywhere, and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right. And like you said, not only threes, but Steve, any shot where you give Redick a chance to set his feet and get a clear view of the hoop. His shot form is just too consistent for him to miss. He's one of those players who works on that just so diligently. You know he's going to find a degree of success every time out there. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. And the whistle blows. He decides to foul intentionally for some reason. Odd.
I'm not sure why you would foul right there. I mean, that's obviously not the smart thing to do. So a mistake there.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And another solid year for Redick last season with 2 different teams.
Great shooter coming out of Duke, and you really have to respect how hard he's worked to round out his game. He's become more than just a spot-up shooter. He's a team defender. He can move without the ball, but he can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim and finish. I think he's become an excellent guard in this league. Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Woodson had some advice for the team over that last break. He said they're not working hard enough to get open looks. With too many shots coming against tight defense, they're going to start running more set plays. He also wants them to play very physically. Impose your will on them, he said. Let them know who they're up against. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Kicks to Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup. Griffin's got 12 in the game.
Coming out strong here in the 3rd quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Felton kicks to Smith. This one for 3. Here's Stoudemire, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the 2nd effort.
Well, it's plays like that. Hustle plays on the glass and then staying with it, being active, it really caused some problems for that defense.
3rd quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Jordan. Banked in off the glass.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Stoudemire attacking. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Pass to Paul. A 3-ball. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Making a big difference from long range tonight. That was a huge shot right there.
You know, they've got time to make up the points. Having that threat outside, really an advantage to stretch out this defense. Good strategy, I think.
Redick for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 5 assists tonight.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Clippers trail by 7. Here's Griffin. Takes it off the glass. Griffin's got 14.
Boy, they are having their way in the paint right now. So many looks right at the rim.
Defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's helped them get the ball in close time after time, Steve.
Here's Paul. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Paul's got 10 points now just in this quarter. The 3 from Anthony. Second shot opportunity, and Jordan with the block. And there's an intentional foul, but I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, tough to explain that one. It looks like he just lost his focus.
The Knicks making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. Kicks it out to Paul. Passes it to Reddick. Chandler with the steal. Felton with the ball. He's picked up by Paul, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Raymond Felton. A breakdown since the All-Star break. He's getting around 8 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And when you take his overall contributions on the whole, he's been putting up some pretty good numbers, but I think he can do more.
And Steve, sometimes that's just part of the game, weathering periods where your stats might not show all of what you're doing on the floor.
And you got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass. Another bucket in the paint, that's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
Paul for 3. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. When you talk about big-time career assists, these are the players all-time with the gift of assist. And you look at this list of the all-time leaders, you're looking at the legends of the game, the greats of the game, past and present.
Yeah, names like Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, John Stockton, of course, not just great passers, but you look at the longevity. I mean, that's an achievement in its own right.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. The Knicks making a switch here. Crawford outside. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. That's good. Crawford's got 5 now.
Jamal Crawford is a water bug quick 6'5" combo guard with his great ball handling and ability to stop and pop. He's going to get his shot, and he's a terrific scorer from just about anywhere.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
Here's Prigioni. Tries again, and Chandler lays it in. Chandler's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
You mentioned the scoring for Crawford. His defense a little more suspect.
Well, he's quick and he's got long arms. Never been a physical defender. And in certain matchups, he can struggle. But look, he's out there for his scoring. There's no question.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Knicks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes, and cashing in.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Plays like that are telling the story of this game for me so far, Clark. They cannot afford to hand over any more easy points like that.
Here's Prigioni. He has 6. To the left wing. Hardaway for 3. That doesn't go either for Hardaway. Clippers trail by 11. And the officials called the foul, reaching out and committing the intentional foul here, and his teammates are baffled.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at him like, what are you doing? I mean, I think he just lost track of the situation.
The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Clippers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And for the season, guys, they're about 73% from the line, so kind of a mediocre shooting club.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
And so they foul intentionally. 24 seconds left in the third. And he uses both hands to jam it in. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
To the paint, here's Hardaway. The layup off target. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Clippers trail by 12. Collison is out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Crawford. Then there's Davis. And it's Jordan in at center. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Felton. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 5 assists tonight.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Collison kicks to Redick. Collison dishes to Jordan. The 9-foot shot, and he gets the bucket.
Well, I don't think you're going to miss too many like those.
The Knicks leading by 16. Felton kicks to Anthony. On the wing, Chandler. The feed to Felton. Back to Anthony. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Anthony's got 28 points for the game.
Boy, he's putting up big numbers in that three-point column, guys.
It's Crawford with the drive, and he takes that one up and powers it through. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Poked loose, and Shumpert kicks to Felton. Lets it go. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Smith checked in for New York. Here's Shumpert. The step back jumper is good. And the Knicks lead by 19.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He made it clear their offense was to run through Paul. Coach does not think they're utilizing him as much as they should be, and reminded the team that his role needs to be constantly a big one. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Brown outside. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Hall up and in on the layup. Hall's got 5 points now this quarter.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Brown the pass to Prehioni. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, and a great rhythm for their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
New York leading by 15. Fires the three. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Cole Aldrich. The Clippers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Crawford dishes the ball. Feeds it to Reddick. Here's the three, and it's blocked by Shumpert, and he recovers it. Just 5 on the clock. Paul for 3, and he gets it to go. Paul's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Los Angeles. Here's Anthony, and he gets it to go. Anthony's got 30.
Well, there's a reason he's one of the top scorers in the league. Melo is so versatile offensively. He gets in that triple threat position, and then it's a kind of a pick-your-poison dilemma for the defender.
Well, he's got a honey-sweet stroke as a jump shooter. He's equally dangerous putting it on the ground or attacking the teeth of the D or going over top of a good defender. We've seen it all the way back at Syracuse. This guy has gotten better with time, and he's one of the elite scorers we've seen in the league in a while.
Barnes, he's checked in for Los Angeles. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert, and it's blocked by Jordan. And it's Stoudemire with the jam. Clippers trail by 17. Here's Paul, and that one's good. Paul's got 36.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
And Anthony gets it to go.
That's his 6th three-pointer of the game, 3 in each half.
Takes a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Shumpert's got his 3rd rebound tonight, and stolen by Jordan. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
The 3 from Anthony. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Ball against Felton. It's deflected. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And here's Barnes for 3, and the shot is good.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He was getting into the details of keying in defensively against Anthony. Coach was motivating his team, saying, quote, guys, we can do this. We've got to make it harder on him out there. Nothing easy. We've got to try to cool this guy off. He also brought up the issue of perimeter defense and reminded his players to play very tightly on their outside shooters. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
The Knicks leading by 18. Smith outside. He feeds it to Stoudemire. Launches a 3. And it's Smith missing.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Los Angeles has gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Taken away by Anthony. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Releases. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 20. Paul for 3. Hangs, and Jordan with the layup.
What a finish with that hoop.
Here is Felton. Ball's knocked loose. And finished off by Shumpert.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Mike Woodson had some words for his team over that last break. He got right to their focus of their defensive game plan, namely their approach against Paul. Coach was motivating his team, saying, quote, guys, we can do this. We've got to make it harder on him out there. Nothing easy. We've got to try to cool this guy off. He also went on to talk about protecting the inside. He does not want to see anything easy in the painted area. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Doris.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for New York.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And by getting a win in the final game of the year between these two teams, they will have saved themselves some embarrassment, ending with a record of 1-2 in their season series against the Clippers.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Carmelo Anthony. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
Griffin with the steal. Crawford kicks to Griffin. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
But they'll get another chance.
Way to play the boards and come away with the offensive rebound.
The drive by Anthony and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Coming on the floor for your Clippers.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
There's Crawford with the three, and that one's good.
He was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
And there's the pass to Carmelo, and stolen by Granger. Misses the shot. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. This team really looked good tonight. What was the key out there?
I mean, our penetration was unbelievable tonight. Everybody was penetrating the ball. We weren't settling for jump shots and contested jumpers. And as long as we keep moving the ball, we'll be fine.
J.R., appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
Everybody get up.